do just a little year in review / New Year's video / where's the channel going in the new year type video. I'm trying to see if I'm too close or not close enough to the camera. I have this little tripod thing and I'm trying to figure it all out. So I hope you all had a fabulous New Year's Eve and a wonderful New Year's Day. I ended up not feeling so great, so I didn't stay up. I did have a doctor's appointment, which I mentioned in my Christmas vlog. The jerking has settled down a little bit, but not enough. She did prescribe the doctor that I saw baclofen again to try to get me through until I'm able to see the neurologist. But this PCP, like, she wasn't an actual doctor. It was just a licensed practitioner, and she was saying the jerking movements I'm enduring is acid reflux, and I totally do not agree. And she also did a chest x-ray, which didn't really make any sense either. Everybody was also in a bad mood and, you know, wanting to get out of there quickly, which created a little bit of stress. People like weren't explaining in the x-ray department like what's going on, where am I leaving my stuff, where are we going, and they were just in a big rush, needless to say. Anyways, moving on, I figured we would talk a little bit about 2019 and everything that happened. I feel like every year pretty much is a hectic and crazy year, filled with plenty of ups and downs, and you just gotta find the wonderful things in between all of the chaos. So my word of the year last year was hope, and it was the first time that I chose a word of the year. It is a little bit difficult, like with chronic illness, like thinking about like the entire year sometimes for me. So we're going to talk about like, or I'm going to talk about like how I struggle with thinking about the future and stuff like that this month, because this is also my birthday month and I struggle a lot with my birthday. So we're all going to be talking about that a little bit because I feel like other people probably experience the same thing. So that was my word of the year. In January, I was a part of Proverbs 31's biggest online Bible study. It's Not Supposed to Be This Way by Lisa TerKeurst. It was completely awesome and hectic and busy, but it was just absolutely amazing, and I'm just so blessed to have been a part of that. I also began my master's degree in January. And then, of course, as I think most of you on my channel at least remember, that we lost chronically Jackie, and that was really difficult. I do still struggle with her death quite a bit, especially because a lot of the details we all don't know. There's a lot of speculation of what had happened, and a lot of us don't have details, which can make it hard with a chronic illness. You're kind of like, okay, was it one of her diseases that also kind of contributed? And I don't know if they have full answers, the family anyways, like about, okay, like how much did mast cell play into this, how much did EDS, like that's probably stuff they don't really know. But it is hard with chronic illness, like, okay, here's another warrior who passed, kind of what does that mean for me, you know? So that's really, it's been really difficult. And of course, just missing her videos and just her personality and everything else. So my thoughts and prayers are just always with Judd and the family and Janice. I can't even imagine how hard it is for all of them. And then in June, I had my 6th hospital admission, which I think was ended up being one of the most, I guess, difficult on my body. It was a lot less stressful, though, than my last one, which was really helpful. And then in July, my PICC line was removed, and I had my port placed, which was pretty exciting. And then this fall, I had to take permanent disability leave from school, which I know that it's something I need to do for my health, to take a longer extended break. Could be, as the name implies, permanent. And it is really difficult to make decisions like that, but it was something that I know I needed to do, honestly. I really can't function to do any type of school at the moment. Sorry about that. Abby's harness was bothering her, so I just took it off. But yeah, it's been really difficult for me, and I'm like trying to adjust to this new period, you know, of not being in school and not being able to work, and, you know, I have to just kind of figure out, you know, what's the new normal. And of course, you all know I've had so many new symptoms, and I started Zolar this year, and Abby turned 3, which was super exciting, and she's just learned so much over the past year. And I think my only like new technical diagnosis in 2019, let me think about this, yeah, was just dystonia that I can remember. So at least I only had one diagnosis in 2019. So for 2020, I left my bullet journal downstairs. I do want to show you guys a little bit of my bullet journal and like how I have it set up and whatnot. But I kind of set like 10 goals, and they're not necessarily like things that I just want to accomplish like per se in 2020. They're just like goals that I have like in general. One of them is to have like stability in my health. Another one is to completely finish Abby's training and that she has public access, but honestly, in light of all the new symptoms, I'm not really sure when that's going to happen. It's not going to be as soon as I hope. I know that. And I have like additional memory issues, so I'm trying to remember. I also want to be more consistent with my quiet time with the Lord and just develop a new routine. It's a lot of new routines in 2020 for me. I think those are like my big goals. And yeah, if I think of any others, I'll let you all know in the next video. We'll just see. And of course, like, I feel really tired quickly. So yeah, trying to think past all the brain fog. I am also working on being more consistent with my bullet journal, and recording different symptoms and tracking them, and tracking my blood pressure and my heart rate. My nurse is also suggesting that I track blood sugars as well, because I am having periods of time where I'm completely confused, and like to the point it's not normal brain fog. Like I can't remember like normal daily things that like should be second nature to me. So we're testing sugar, so I do want to be more consistent with that. And then I just have like normal like monthly goals, which I like to set up every month. It just helps me to figure out what I need to get done and whatnot. So I also have Abby's monthly goals, which helps me to remember what we need to work on with training, and this way I can like plan my days accordingly. So, and then I chose kind of like 2 words for this year, which are abide and trustworthy. So like with abide, it had kind of like, I guess, come to mind, not only with prayer, but like a friend of mine had the word a couple years ago, and I just remember her talking about it in our Bible study. Maybe it was, yeah, a couple years ago, maybe even more than that. And so that word had come to mind, but it also had come to mind because of a Bible study that we had done this past year, Psalms 23 by Jennifer Rothschild. And I was just thinking of that I need to learn how to kind of rest in the Lord more. And that is something that I struggle with even as a chronic illness warrior, is I struggle a lot with resting. I struggle with feeling unproductive and like I'm wasting time. So I figured like abide is a good word because it's being in the Lord and resting in Him. So that's why I chose that one. And then the other one that I chose came directly from our Bible study again, trustworthy. Because the Lord is trustworthy, but I need to remind myself of that fact regularly. And I just feel like it's a really good word, especially with chronic illness, that regardless of what's going on, that we trust the Lord. And I really feel with chronic illness that it kind of deepens your trust and your relationship with Christ in a way that nothing else can. It is very unique how how like my trust has changed in him and it's been molded through chronic illness, if that makes sense, especially with so many different circumstances that you can only really plan sometimes for the next few minutes or seconds. Like you can't even do like long-term planning a lot. And it's really just trusting God in the moment that you have and not really being consumed about the future, because you can't always be. So, and like having like, you know, to trust him through every medical procedure, through every admission, through, you know, when they told me I really shouldn't still be alive. So it's all these different things. And it just seemed like the more that I was thinking about my word of the year and praying for it, about it, that I decided to have 2 words, and it just really seemed fitting to me. So, I don't really have like a particular verse at the moment. Last year I was doing like every month I would choose like a verse on hope and put it in like my book. Yeah, it was just like our Rachel Hollis like notebook that I had. So I would put that like in the beginning of every month, and then like my monthly goals and different quotes and stuff. So I'm not really sure if I'm gonna pick like a verse for the year, or if I'm gonna like kind of do maybe 6 months of a verse, or I don't really know like yet how that's going to play out. But this has already gone probably much longer than I anticipated. I'm sorry for that. Thank you, brain fog. Anyways, so for this channel, I am thinking of, at the moment, that the goal is going to be, health permitting, that I'll have 2 videos going up a week. I'm thinking maybe Monday and Thursday. Let me know what you guys think in the comments about like how often you like seeing videos and stuff of that nature. I'm thinking of doing like one like video like with a theme and particular purpose, like on Mondays maybe, and then more of a vlog style video, like just what am I doing today type video on Thursdays, though that could definitely vary with my health. So just let me know, and of course if you have video ideas, let me know in the comments as well. I love hearing from you guys, and I know it does take me a really long time to respond to your comments, but please, please, please know that I am reading them all. It just takes me a while sometimes to actually get around to responding to them, and that's all my health. But I love reading your comments, and they're really, really helpful for me to know what's helpful for y'all. And just by the way, you'll probably be seeing this top quite often because I love it. I got it for Christmas, and it's a great infusion top. I'm still kind of cold, so that's why we're recording up here in front of my heater, because saline infusions are cold in the winter, you guys, and so you might be seeing me in this top quite often, to be honest. So happy New Year once again, and I'm praying that y'all have a fantastic 2020 filled with laughter, joy, just so much gratitude, and health. I'm praying that y'all have a great health year with lots of energy, low pain levels, no new symptoms. So I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.